Good morning, dear friends. Welcome to this Sunday morning meditation with the Dhamma Monastery. With a particular gladness to see Ayya Brahmavara coming in from UK. I mentioned a theme for this morning's meditation, calling it peace and happiness. That would be a loose translation of two of the factors of awakening, passaddhi, which is usually translated as tranquility or calm, and piti, which is sometimes translated as rapture or bliss, and sometimes translated as or explained as joyful interest. So which comes first? It depends on how we're doing today. So just in a preliminary kind of way, settling in for meditation and getting into a good posture that's upright and balanced. One may be aware of how the energy is in the body. If there's a lot of activation because of emotions or just the thrilling roller coaster ride of daily life and getting the things we need to get and doing the things we need to do, so then if that's the case, we can take a few minutes to calm down. But if we're feeling sleepy, dull, bored, low energy, then it could be a mistake to start from that point and try to calm down. We could just put ourselves to sleep. So in that case, you want to brighten up first, gladden the mind, bring up that piti, and then having brought up this happy engagement with meditation, then go through the steps of calming. Assuming that most people who live in the modern world are too agitated, let's begin with calming first. Coming to an upright and balanced posture. Making a resolution to set aside all the thoughts connected to yesterday and tomorrow, all the thoughts connected to worry or upset or excitement. There's nothing we have to do right now except to be watchful, quiet, with our awareness wide open, just receiving and staying with what's coming up in the present moment. Aware of the body. And especially relaxing those parts of the body where tension or excitement are held the most. So relaxing the face, relaxing the whole head. Relaxing the neck and shoulders, letting the shoulders drop. Relaxing the hands. Letting the belly be soft. Relaxing the legs. And relaxing the feet. So the earth element in the body has its stability. Connected to the earth itself. like a log resting on the forest floor. If there's a pain in the body, there's nothing to do. Relax around it. Can move the awareness around, attending to a part of the body which is tight or painful, or a different part of the body which is more relaxing and peaceful. If thoughts come in that bring up excitement or stress, don't worry. It's just because of conditions and causes. It's natural, and don't make a problem. Relax around those thoughts. Let them be there and let them stop. But if a thought or a mental image is supporting peace and happiness, it's also from cause and condition. Can relax with that. Allowing those peaceful thoughts until the mind is ready to be even more quiet. The movement of the breath can be noticeable. This is the air element, that gentle motion, rise and fall, in and out. balancing the earth element. Soft and flexible, light, moving with the air. Not rigid, not dull. Bright awareness. Noticing where in the body the breath is clear. Awareness on the breath, like a light, illuminating the breath. Feeling the air element throughout the entire body. The light of awareness gently spreading from where the breath is the most clear, spreading gently through the body. where the breath is clear, bright, where there's a fullness, even a tranquil happiness in staying with that bright, clear sensation of breath, resting awareness there. Allowing the breath to be more clear, more bright, more full, and staying with that. If the mind wandered, come back again in these last few minutes, being aware of the body, relaxing the body, welcoming the breaths, bringing bright, happy awareness towards the breath. Letting awareness open up for that part of the breath, which is bright, clear, and full. Letting the whole space be pervaded and filled up with that brightness, that clarity, that fullness, moving along in the gentle motion of the breath. I'd like to invite any comments or questions about this meditation, and in particular, um, acknowledging that since Ayya Brahmavara is a good Dhamma teacher, she doesn't have to be subjected to my teaching very often. But if there's any comment that you'd like to give about this beautiful breath, and particular in connection with the piti passaddhi, the happiness and peace. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Ayya. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, thank you so much for this meditation. It's really good to brighten the mind with this guided meditation. And I just want to say, like, for me, even if the mind is not very peaceful and not super bright, it's okay. It's like just that inclination. I just feel it's so beneficial always to focus on the breath and make much of it and just allow for that settling. So even if the mind is really busy, it's a little bit less busy now. The body is a little bit more relaxed than it was. And so for me, it's like, even if it's not necessarily that I can follow all the instructions, but those instructions nevertheless are helping this moving towards peace, moving towards the bright. So thank you very much.
So I invite your comments and questions. I'm switching to myself to a gallery view so that I can see you better. If you know how to make the mind more peaceful, or if you know how to make the mind happier, please let us know what works for you. I see a request to be a little bit longer. Sorry. I found a book that I think I've been doing this kind of meditation with making the object more bright by recognizing it, and then doing that like diffusing and spreading motion. I've been doing that for a long time, but I came across a little book that affirmed that particular style in connection with developing piety. And the name of the book is Factors of Awakening by Thanissaro Bhikkhu. It's an ebook that you can find online and read it yourself. Oops, I'm going to make that again. Questions about the meditation practice? This afternoon, we are coming to the suttas related to the 7 factors of awakening. And it is kind of amazing to me how much this set of teachings is a wonderful kind of a guided meditation. You think of the, Satipatthana, or the foundations of mindfulness, or the elements meditation, or the loving kindness meditation, these different sets of teaching that can be followed like as a guided meditation sequence. But the factors of awakening is very much usable in terms of providing some direction about where to go and what to do with the cushion practice. And I'm also so impressed by this teaching in terms of how the optimism, hope, like the joyful hope for the fruition of this practice really seems like it's coming close when we come to these factors of awakening. Earlier on during this retreat, we were talking about stream entry, and we thought about associating with the good people, listening to the true Dhamma, developing a clear awareness, directing the mind in a way which is thorough and deep, and then having gained some faith in this method, this approach of practicing with sincerity, clearing up our ethics and so on. And it's like as if all of that other work was like clearing away the underbrush. And now we've come up to the house of happiness, and we're right here at the door. And these factors of awakening is kind of like the open sesame or like the key. Like with that, we can open the door and come inside this house of happiness, which is um, the noble end of what the Blessed One has laid out and what he's offering to us. And so, one can feel, oh, oh my goodness, oh, maybe that's where the PT is saying, well, I just have to open this door. and, and so this is a way that this beautiful teaching is like so central. I know that our Brahmavar is kind, and she has on several different occasions given this advice saying, if you're not there, if the mind is still taken up with any kind of busyness or stress or tiredness or any other impediments, don't worry, just be present and be mindful for what you have. You can't practice with anything else than what you have at that moment, because if you don't have it, you can't practice with it. So whatever you have, practice with that. But also, have the confidence and the hope that this path is effective, and it will happen that it's kind of like this to me is the miracle of mindfulness. Some negative state of mind was there, but I've been trying to be mindful, trying just to be mindful, be aware. And then at a moment, that negativity is gone. It was there before, and now it's gone. And I can't even describe why it's gone. I mean, I know I've been doing all these right things, but I don't know what was the trick that caused that negative state to disappear, but it did disappear. And because of doing the work of mindfulness, I noticed that it disappeared. And so then the heart leaps up with this joyful knowledge, this direct knowledge that this dukkha is impermanent and is optional. It can be let go. I see a comment from Amber.
Hello, Ayya. Thank you. This path must be working. Everybody seems pretty relaxed and calm. I like to joke to myself that I'm like the worst meditator, all in joking. I don't sit still. If I have an itch, I scratch it. If I want to move, I move. Sometimes it's hard to concentrate. Sometimes focusing on the breath can be very difficult at times, but all in joking, it's great. It all comes back to the acceptance of this is fine just the way it is. This is the way it's supposed to be. I'm still practicing the practice. I'm still trying to focus. And it all comes down to, even if like in the beginning, it might have been a lot. It was a lot more focused. I could dive deep into the breath and I could really feel the awareness of what was coming up in the mind and dig within myself to do the work of what's going on with you, maybe some issues you need to work on. Now it's very more hard to difficult. The mind is bouncing around, the senses are bouncing around, but it's more this great acceptance of it's okay. It's okay. This is the way that's supposed to be. There's nothing wrong with this. This is just the situation now. And, this path has been going on for a long time and a lot's been learned. And anyways, it admits, aside from all of that, it might seem like, oh, that's unfocused, but the results come. The results from this long path, they always come. There'll be the little bit of insight, there'll be the little bit of wisdom that comes up. So the results are still coming from the path, even if it seems, when I sit, it seems more scattered than in the beginning. It's always, it's a persistent path. It's a part of life now. It's a perfect, persistent thing I do every day, whether it's 1 minute or 5 minutes or 45 minutes. It's just a part of life now, and it's beautiful, and it brings a lot of results. So, yeah, it's just changed over the time, but the results still keep coming. That little bit of wisdom, that keen focus and insight. The insight is just so strong now, and it's beautiful. So I really appreciate all the teachings and this class every week. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber, and I appreciate your report very much. You know, when we're looking at different teachings or different talks from different teachers, then it's all like kind of like sort of like a formula, like how it's supposed to be, something like that. But then we have to be authentic. This is what it really is for me right now. And this is, I think, what you're
Yes,
announcing with your report is just being authentic to what's going on right now. So,
absolutely.
yeah, thank you for that. Um, I will say that this this retreat has given me an even greater appreciation than before to the value of being around good people and listening to the true teachings. So then I think for all of us, besides the minutes that we spend with our cushion practice, if we have time to read a book or listen to a talk or be with friends who are practitioners, or even with our own family, to be having that a conversation about Dhamma factors. That is also very good part of the whole picture, complementing the daily or as often as we can, the cushion practice. I'll call on Damon.
Hi, thank you. Um, what Amber just said really kind of resonated with me in a way, because I also, give in to the impulses to scratch and itch and so forth. And but I don't know if I feel like conflicted whether should I go with that? I mean, on the one hand, I don't want to be a masochist, but on the other hand, aren't we instructed like to resist those impulses, to scratch and itch, move around? And maybe it's just time to get up and have one of those talks, those Dharma talks that you just mentioned, instead of trying to do anapanasati. Yeah, can you straighten me out?
Um, okay, so it's certainly true that um, when we're trying to shift our habitual way of thinking and living, that the things that are different are a challenge to our habits. And then, so if one feels like scratching or shifting around, don't just scratch or shift around right away. Instead, just be with that wish, that desire to move for a while, and just to know what it's like, and then do the move or do the itching or scratching and see what that's like. So then you're learning. What's it like to just be still no matter what? What's it like to feel the desire? What's it like to do the thing that was desired? What's it like after that? And it's just this learning process. There can be times in which the practice can be more forceful, like if you go on a meditation retreat at some centers, they require you to come in for all the sessions. And so if you don't show up, they'll come and find you where you're taking a nap or something like that. And so we will look up and say, no, you have to go to meditation now. And so that, external forcing it's part of the whole learning process. Part of the learning process. Yeah. Okay, Diana.
Thank you, Ayya. You're talking about peace of mind. And I've had to work on a recovery of myself from my past. And, I have PTSD from my past and everything. I have more peace of mind now. But, there are times when, things happen. And the meditation does help and everything, but PTSD never completely goes away. So I guess I've come to a place of acceptance that it just, there it is. And if something happens, I might be upset for a while, and then, but I seem to come back to a place of balance. But I'm not upset all the time. So it's like, and that's okay too. So it's like, well, okay, maybe it's not okay to be upset, by society standards. By society standards, if you have one tear going down your face, you're hysterical. But it's like, to me, hysteria is like rolling around on the floor screaming.
Yeah.
But emotion, energy in motion. I think all those things are necessary for life, because you can't hold them in, you'll explode. So.
Yeah.
But when you learn to balance it all, you come back to a place of peace. You just have to make sure not to take it out on other people. You just have to realize it's my upset and I'm going to enjoy it. That type of thing.
Right. Yeah.
But I know that I have more peace now in my life than I ever have before.
Good.
I mean,
isn't it wonderful that the meditation space?
The meditation really does help with that. It really.
The meditation can be the safe space.
Mm-hmm. And your guidance in that, and I, am I pronouncing it right? Brahmavara? When you're speaking last week, it's like I get ideas from the things that you say, from when I hear your voice, during the meditation. There's little aha moments that come in, and I find that really helps. The guidance really helps. So I want to thank you both for that. So thank you.
Diane, I want to commend you for courage. Because of impermanence, when we allow those difficult places to open up, those difficult emotions to open up, then we have a chance to see that it truly is impermanent. We only have to bear up to these painful feelings for a limited amount of time. And to whatever extent we can just see it clearly with compassion, see our whole process with compassion, that is little by little chipping away at a whole mountain of past conditions. But the main thing that when I was in a similar place to you, my good friend, bhikkhu friend, advised me not to be ambitious with meditation. Just meditate for tranquility. Just be as relaxing and tranquil and peaceful. Just do that. And the breath is a very tranquil object. That's why it's good for that. And then when the emotions come up, just be present as much as we can. Not more than we can, but only as much as we can. Be present for that. And look out to see, is it permanent or impermanent? And that by itself is enough for one lifetime to really be transformative. So I really appreciate your presence with this group and your courage in bringing the meditation practice to the particular personal history that you have. So thank you. I think I'm going to invite us to bring this to a close and pay respects to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed one, I render homage to the Buddha, the blessed one. The teachings so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who had practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Thank you, everyone, for your practice and your patient listening.
Thank you, Ayya.
Thank you, Ayya.
Thank you very much, Ayya.
Thank you.
Ayya, thank you.